What up guys, welcome to another video. Today we have our special guest Randall here. Randall, tell us how old you are, where you're from, what's your background in this, and how did you learn all this stuff?
I'm 22 years old. I was born here in Mesa, Arizona. I've been doing this for fun for probably the last 5-6 years now.
How many cars, AC units, how do you think you fixed?
Over 100.
Over 100. I needed some AC work done on my mini truck like a year ago?
Yeah.
And I found him on Craigslist, and then we just kind of buddied up from there, and then I've had him help out with some stuff. So here we are, and kind of give us a runaround of what components we have going on here.
So basically what we have here, this is a AC gauge manifold set. You're going to have your high and low gauges. This is going to be red being the high, blue being the low side. This basically you can see all your pressures, see what the air conditioning is doing.
The other component would be, what's this guy right here?
This is the vacuum pump. Basically what that does is whenever you're working on an air conditioning system, if you want to evacuate or if the refrigerant is already evacuated, basically this will bring the whole entire system down to a negative charge. All that does is it's going to take moisture out of the system. It'll bring it down, obviously down to vacuum, to where you can see if there's any leaks. You can't actually really determine where leaks are if there are any leaks, but you can actually see in the manifold gauges down there if there's any. Basically the gauge will go back up to see if you have any leak, if it's going to hold pressure or not,
right.
Which is what I use that for.
So this is basically clean it out, and then you can find leaks and things like that.
So basically the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hook up the gauges, high side, low side first. It doesn't matter which one you do. I usually do the low side first, so that's where you're going to really see what kind of pressures your system's working with.
And it's labeled on your caps right here too. You have a big cap and a small cap, high and low.
Is that air leaking out into the...
This is just basically excess that's in the gauges already. There might be a little bit in the system. I doubt it though. Obviously you already took everything apart, so. With the motor swap, usually you're gonna obviously take all your accessories off. So obviously your air conditioning being one. Sometimes the lines, the O-rings that actually connect to the compressor can be dirty, which if that's the case, sometimes whenever you tighten it up, it can have a leak somewhere in the system. But that's what I use the vacuum pump basically to bring everything down to a negative pressure, and you can actually see on the gauges themselves here if you're fluctuating, and that'll kind of determine if you have a leak. If you do have a leak, obviously you'll have to charge it up. You put a UV dye in there with going with the black light, and you can actually go through all the lines and see where everything's coming out from.
Cool. What are you looking for?
So you can see right here, 0 is regular atmospheric pressure. You go down here to the green, it's basically a retard pressure. You're going to usually, once it sits for about 15-20 minutes, it'll get down to about 28-29 psi in vacuum. Coming out of there is actually moisture in the lines. You probably won't be able to see it on camera, but that's basically what destroys air conditioning, is moisture in the lines, which is what you don't want.
It's already dope.
I could have gone and charged this myself and done it like Bill O'Reilly's way or whatever, like charge it everything myself, but that's probably just going to cause damage long term.
Yeah, the gauges that they sell are basically just little chinky little gauges, and
it's leaving all the moisture in the system still.
Yeah, you want to be able to monitor basically your high and low side pressures to actually get it done correctly. 15 is about the minimum. I like to usually let it sit for about 30 to 45 though to get a good vacuum on it.
Do you know it's a leak when this number hits a certain level?
So basically the way I can tell is I can shut this off right here. close the valve to where it won't be putting any more vacuum on the system. You can hear the pitch change. You can basically just watch this needle right here. If it starts moving back up towards 0, that's when you know there's a leak in the system. So it looks like it's slowly moving up.
So it looks like we have a pretty good leak in the system. We're gonna go ahead and pump some refrigerant in just to see if we can hear where the leak's coming from, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we found a leak on the bottom connection, which is the, I don't know if that looks like the high.
Is that a 12 mil or what?
Yeah. This is your guys' fault. I'm just kidding.
Really, bro? I'll help you with your engine swap, and you're really gonna give me a hard time right now?
I just gotta keep my record clean for.
You did it right.
Successful.
We fricked it up. You did everything first try. We get a lot of crap for not wearing gloves, Randall. You wanna give us a reason why you'd wear gloves? What's your reason, at least? Are you the cancer reason, or are you the
refrigerant? They say is known to cause cancer. It's more or less for cleanliness purposes.
Good to know.
That O-ring pinched?
It's not pinched, but I'm pretty sure there's a metal gasket usually.
Yeah,
It goes in there as well. I'm gonna pull Cameron off Cameron's new motor.
Oh, sick, dude.
It's so nice having 4 350Z motors here.
Yeah, nice on our. It's nice for us, but not our bank accounts.
Yeah, exactly. But literally just having a plethora of parts, it's like I'm gonna pick apart in your backyard.
Gasket on that other motor, but you said what?
The O-ring looks way better.
It's a rubber O-ring.
You tell me though, if you think that'll make a difference or. Doesn't look like it. It looks like it protrudes a little bit more. It
Yeah.
could have been just dirty and not set in there right. Like
Yeah.
could have got kind of tightened.
Do you have a flashlight by chance? Come on.
Yeah.
This light is super dope, by the way. If you guys want to buy one, there's a link in the description to the Amazon link.
So
If you guys
let-
wanna Trevor just loves this.
It is my favorite light. Mighty Car Mods, 100% showed me it.
So if you guys want that, link in the description.
So one thing we kind of messed up on when we put that motor in there, I wasn't worried about it because I probably should have been, but we probably should have put a rag in there or something to keep debris from falling in there because it looks like there's a little bit of debris, so we're going to vacuum it out.
You can kind of see the difference between the two. This is the one from your you said the Japanese.
The one that was on it?
Yeah.
That's my American line, and then that's probably the Japanese one. But this is a Japanese motor, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll give this one a whirl, see what happens. Yeah, it looks a lot better sitting in there.
It does. It protrudes a little bit from that inset.
This is the what?
Rotella T6. Only
That's
the best.
Randall. It's called Brotella. All right, so we're using the Brotella as a little bit of lube on the O-ring.
Like probably the tiniest amount we're putting on there.
Yeah, so just
Usually you're going to want to use actual compressor oil for this, but since we don't have it, we're just going to use a little bit.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
Cool. Sorry.
Just kind of want to lube that up so the O-ring doesn't bind as I'm sliding it in there. We'll call that 14 foot-pounds.
Cool. 14 foot-pounds.
You know what I'll never do barefoot again is change my oil. So like I was changing the oil on my Ranger and I was doing it barefoot and like sliding around under the garage and like without having shoes on your feet it'll create static electricity, and when I went to put the new oil filter on it had arced and sparked against that metal and like a fat spark right there right next to the oil, right, like if anything would have caught.
Kaboom.
Sketch.
All right, round 2 of the vacuum. See if our leak is gone.
Looking a lot better.
Plus minutes later, turn the vacuum off. We're gonna see if it's leaking. Thoughts? Still?
So far it's looking pretty good. It's holding a lot better than what it was before. There still is, yeah, it is moving just a smidge. Usually these leaks are a little bit harder to determine.
Gotcha.
Because they can be coming from anywhere. My guess is it's probably somewhere down there, being that's where the leak was originally. So we could probably check that other line. Yeah, it is moving up a little bit.
The top of this one now?
The other one?
Yeah, you hear it? All right. We don't need to evac the system more though, because, or do you guys still have to?
I like to basically start with a
Fresh.
system that is free of any leaks.
Gotcha.
So it's just like last time, but it's just the other one that's lower.
Yep.
All right, so you can see
working on some stuff.
same issue with the lower section. If you can see in there, there's kind of little crumbs.
What's our time? 4:13.
That hole, let me get to focus.
Okay.
And that hole is where the debris is.
Yeah, you can see in there. We're gonna vacuum it out again and then wipe it out again.
Alright.
To reiterate, this is where we should have put microfiber towels in the motor while we were working on it to keep this from happening.
Lubed up already?
Is it?
Yeah.
How's that ring looking?
It looks really good. I mean, from what I would say.
Okay, what about the hole? Is there any...
Yeah, I just vacuumed it and then cleaned again. You can check them.
We got the other line on. Hopefully no more leaks. We're gonna load her up with some Freon, test for some, or we're actually gonna vacuum it, right? Or are we doing Freon?
We're gonna vacuum it one more time.
Alright.
Third time is the charm.
Next time, I'll show it now and gone through and cleaned all those. I didn't realize how sensitive a little piece of debris in there would have. But
Leak now.
I should have let Randall do it. Only thing I've had is one upper one. So.
Yeah, you can see this pulling up. It's on its way back to 0. Rip.
All right, so we're going through the same process we did with the other side, putting the Japanese O-ring on. It might just be Japanese O-rings are a little square or a little more round, or
They are a little more oval.
a little more oval.
So this is gonna be more of a flat, and this is gonna have more of a
Gotcha.
oval on it.
Number 3 of the vacuum test. 3.5.
Yeah.
Did I miss it again?
Ran it a third time, and then my fix leaked, so he had to fix it.
Just let him do it, alright? Please? Frick. You can tell by the pitch of the vacuum Randall just said, and we're almost to the 30 mark, which means we got good, clear connection with no leaks. It's actually really good timing, guys, because let's check out the weather. Yep, it's a whopping 101.
It's already 100 degrees.
Yeah, what the?
Jesus.
Doesn't feel too bad for 100, honestly. 100 always sounds.
Go step in the sun, dude.
100 always sounds.
Stand there for a little bit and tell me if you feel the same.
I just expected to be worse. It's not okay. So like once you hit like 105, the shade is hot, and it's like the shade is miserable as well. Right now, shade's like doable.
Yeah. So another thing that you're going to be looking for whenever you're charging the system, without an actual AC machine that will do it for you, is the ambient temperature, because it's going to fluctuate what your pressures are actually going to read. So right now it's about 100 degrees outside, so our low pressures are going to be wanting to be sitting around 50 to 55 psi, and your high side around 315 to 325, which is about right for right now.
So that's where it's gonna sit right now on this.
Yeah, once we get it all charged up,
That
everything running. Yeah, once the car's running and we get it charged up, you're gonna be sitting around. Usually, I like to sit it around 50, with the temperature being the way it is right now. So the cooler it is outside, the lower your low pressures are gonna be. Hotter, it's gonna be higher. Obviously, it gets up to a certain extent to where it won't work anymore. Like I said, around 50 psi is about what you want for the max on your low side, and about 300 on the high side for the max before it stops working.
So next step, disconnect it from the vacuum and hook that straight up to the Freon, and then load that into the system.
Yep, then we're gonna start the car up and charge the system up.
This looks like a helium for your party balloons.
Basically, that's all it is. Except it's a lot expensive, a lot more expensive than that.
Where can you buy one of these or get it filled with Freon?
Right now the EPA has changed a lot of stuff, so you actually have to have a certification to buy a 30-pound. You can get them at AutoZone, O'Reilly's, any of the major parts stores. So right now, whenever you're gonna charge it, you want it on full blast, max cold.
That's it right there, yeah.
You want the recirc from the inside air right here set. So right now it's all the way up. Here we're going to charge as a liquid. So in order to charge this from a liquid from a 30-pound tank, you're going to flip it upside down, just like that. And then you're going to charge from the low side.
So opening the low side right now?
Okay, you're going to open the low side to fill the, you can see right here in your sight glass, it's actually filling as a liquid.
Ah. So the high side is going to go all the way to about 350?
About
250, and this is going to be
once I close the valve, it's going to go down to around 45.
okay.
The more your high side is, the better. It basically means your system's working a lot more efficiently. The higher the high side gets, it's working a lot harder to actually cool the refrigerant down. So once you're driving around for a while, it'll start to climb as the car warms up. But right now it's sitting pretty good to where it needs to be.
What's up?
We're dripping green stuff. Is that normal? On the compressor, it looks like. I can see the bolt right where it's leaking from.
Yeah. Okay.
It does look loose, which is weird.
Does it stink?
Well, that's just gas, and it's probably not good to breathe, right?
It's not the best.
I was holding my breath just because I'm scared, but I'm gonna tighten it a little bit more.
That sounded pretty tight. All the air went that way. It went.
What do you think? Your call.
Yeah, your call, Randall.
I would probably tighten it up as much as you
Just
can.
swing
Yeah.
it.
You tell Trevor that he's gonna be. He's gonna hit the 200 foot-pound mark.
Let's break up the
It's
impact.
the arcade game
You have to
thing.
make the click with your mouth so it's real.
That's pretty freaking tight.
Sounded about right.
Watch out, the jack's coming out. Just kidding.
I'm gonna.
I got you with the safety.
I can still see like bubbles down there. Like it looks like it's leaking tiny bit.
To be honest with you, I've never seen that happen before.
Fantastic.
There's a first time for everything.
Fantastic.
It's weird that would be loose. Unless at one point
Someone take this bolt off real quick. I want to see what kind of stuff is.
Unless at some point one of us or me like thought it was attached to the compressor when I swapped it and like loosened it.
Use that toe. Oh yeah. This is what Trevor's known for. Good thing those extensions are on there, you don't break your back.
That's all it is, a little.
What is that? Little.
That crap's crazy.
It's got a O-ring on it.
It does have an O-ring.
The color of that stuff is crazy.
Yeah.
It's called Cancer Green.
Cancer green. It'll glow like no other on a UV light.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Does that mean you lose all this?
No.
What is that doing?
This is driving off the system.
That doesn't work Freon? Are you sure? Is it because you brought the bolt all the way out? Huh? The bolt? Did you tighten it too much?
Said it broke.
We have an extra bolt. So we have to all the Freon.
Yeah. Are you able to get the bolt out? Yeah.
Hear from Randall, what's the verdict?
Looks like we broke some bolts, but I think we're getting somewhere.
You jinxed me, Cam.
You over tightened it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm an idiot.
We do it.
I do it too much though.
It's you. It's what you do.
I don't have self-control. I just tighten until I can't tighten no more.
You hitting that 200 foot-pounds.
We might have to crank it down to about 30 foot-pounds, yeah.
Raise this?
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, the threads are okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Wait, how did you drill that out? You did a...
I didn't. It broke, and this was loose in there.
Oh, you were able to get it with the needle nose?
Yeah. Thank God. That's why I was worried if this was tight in there.
Or not break it, get it out of there somehow.
Just whack it on the concrete. You do like a man. Oh, and he caught it. Boom.
What's honestly you think like the torque spec of this?
Cameron torque, not Trevor torque.
Do you want to do it?
No. You do it.
I'm gonna sound like more of an idiot, but before I grabbed that last extension, I was like, should I grab like a cheater bar to make sure I like snug this thing up?
Even tighter?
I'm an idiot, okay, dude?
You guys heard that he was going for the 800 foot-pounds, I'm telling you. That's a good extension, sir. How long is that? 24?
3 extensions.
3 12s? What's that, 36?
Oh, the O-ring's down here.
Yeah, is it exploded?
It's right here. There's that little piece too. Don't know where that came from.
Watch where you point that thing.
I'm like
30 foot-pounds, not 800.
okay, like can we pump a little in it just to make sure it holds?
He only has enough to refill it once, probably.
What?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I hate myself so much.
Randall's like, that's gonna be $400, Trevor. Trevor, stop stressing out, right? You're stressing me out.
I'm way less stressed now, like that the bolt actually came out. And I was preparing myself to have to swap the entire Japanese compressor in there.
That would have been dope. No leaks?
Nothing so far.
What are we looking at? Normal or no?
She's sitting pretty.
Ooh. Nice and icy. Cold air, brother.
Sorry.
So the low side is at 40, high side is at 150. Randall closed this valve, the low side. And now, so this line that goes to the Freon is no longer pushing Freon into the system. Everything's closed off. He's just letting the car run for a couple minutes while we make sure that these levels stay the same. That way we know that there's no leaks in the system and that Trevor will be good to go. We got AC. Yeet.
Stoked.
Randall's pulling off the lines. Randall, anything you want to say? How do they get a hold of you if they need help with their air conditioning unit in Phoenix, Arizona, Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert, Surprise, wherever they can pay you to drive out?
I'll leave my email in the description.
Okay.
You guys can contact me there.
Cool. Give us an idea of what this would cost someone if they just took it to their dealer or whatever.
Basically, a regular charge like this, they're going to charge you for evacuating the system, putting it on a vacuum. They're going to charge you for the Freon and the labor to do it. Most shops for this job right here probably is going to cost you about $300 to $350.
And then your retail price, you would do something like this?
Yeah, usually just a regular job like this. I don't have very much overhead, so I don't have very high labor costs. So this job right here, I would usually charge about anywhere between $50 to $70.
Cool.
That cheap.
And that's to bring it to you.
Yeah.
If you have to drive out, you're going to cost you extra and stuff like that. So if you guys need a reasonable AC fit, well, and also another situation, that's with doing the vacuum line. Like if it's midsummer and the AC's not working as good and they just need a recharge, they can come to you for that as well, right? It can be any situation with your AC. So hit up Randall. I'll leave all his information in the description. If you guys are serious, hit him up. Don't bother him. Don't pest him with questions. Bug me and do that. I'd rather you ask me, and then I can ask him if it's serious. So hit him up. Thank you guys for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Later.